thank Samantha for everything that she did for my entrance because it is amazing. I love surprising people with, them finding out what I can do, what I'm capable of. It gives me a feeling and I love it. That's the whole point of wrestling, right? The point is to feel something. Feel anything. It's been an honor just to know that I'll be in the history books forever. Know that, my kids and my grandkids will be able to Google this championship and my name and face will be a part of history. That's amazing. And then to have the honor and the privilege of taking it to WrestleMania and being able to potentially be the first woman to ever defend a United States championship, at a WrestleMania on the grandest stage of them all. It's just surreal, It's surreal. And the fact that WrestleMania is in Las Vegas is so fun to me. I have so many ties to Las Vegas. I was married in Las Vegas. I have been there a million times. Like, I've had some awesome, awesome experiences there. So I can't wait.
Where'd you get married here?
We actually got married in the Tropicana. RIP, the Tropicana is gone. I'll have to go to the MLB games and, watch the team there, and we'll celebrate our anniversary watching baseball, maybe.
A lot of people might not know, I think when was it the Money in the Bank ladder match? They got to see you go. And a lot of people probably don't know about like the Lucha Underground like sort of thing. What's it like watching as fans realize like who Chelsea Green actually is?
I think it's interesting because I see this kind of it this wave happen. It comes in waves of people on the internet realizing or videos resurfacing or someone putting it out there, but this has just been the story of my career and I'm so proud of it. I'm proud of Lucha Underground versus Penta. I'm proud of Stardom versus Kyrie and EO. I'm proud of my trips to Mexico and India. Like, there's just I'm so proud of Laurel Van Ness and the character I made out of that. There's just so many moments to my career, and I actually had a really fun experience. I sat down with Biggie and Tyler Breeze, and we were speaking about it, and Biggie was like, "Oh my gosh, I just had no idea that you've done this much in your career, and it's so cool to hear about." And I think that that's kind of how the fans feel. Like a new little bit of information comes out, and they find out that that was me. Maybe they saw it in the past, and it's just, yeah, I mean, it's crazy and it's fun, and I love surprising people with, them finding out what I can do, what I'm capable of.
Let's talk a little bit about WrestleMania as a a concept. I mean, it's the granddaddy of them all. It's obviously Cody Rhodes said it's the final. It's everybody gets really hyped for Mania. Tell me about that as a performer. What is that? How does that affect you?
Yeah, I mean, there's just something so special about WrestleMania because it truly is one of the biggest spectacles in sports. It does compare to the Super Bowl. People come from all over the world to watch their favorite superstars enter this teeny tiny little ring in the middle of the hugest stadium, and they're up there watching the jumbotron trying to watch us, and there's you know, how special is that? How cool is it that we have possibly 100,000 people coming from all over the world just to get a glimpse of one of us in the ring? So that puts a lot of pressure on us as performers, obviously. We're going into this wanting to bring like stars. We want to try moves that we've never ever done in our lives because this is the moment. This is the pinnacle of our career. So there's a lot, it's heavy. It is heavy, but at the same time, coming from Canada and, not growing up with wrestling surrounding me, it's such a big deal for me to be able to take this championship to Las Vegas and, walk down that ramp and be a part of.
Like I was part of so WrestleMania 19, they had fan access. That was sort of the great great grandfather of what is now WWE World. Meeting these families, having being able to meet them in person at something like WWE World. What is that like for you?
Well, I think that's the best part. For me, I love connecting with the fans, and you can see that in the way that I come up with my jokes, that I kind of socialize on social media, on X and on Instagram, the way that I try to keep my promos relevant to what's going on right now. I love interacting with the fans. I think that there's something really amazing about feeling like somebody's in touch untouchable and then meeting them in person and being like, man, they're everything I dreamed of and more. And I think that that's a beautiful thing about wrestling is that you don't get those moments often where it's like, don't meet your, the legends, don't meet your heroes. It's not like that in wrestling. Like, we live very normal lives. And when you come to meet us, we're so thankful because you're the reason that we're here. Your cheering, your booing, your participation in the audience directly correlates with our success. And we know that. And so meeting people and being able to give back and say thank you to them while they're saying thank you for whatever they're saying thank you for, it's a very beautiful moment. I actually just before speaking to you was at a fan meet and greet, and I will never ever say no to being able to interact with the fans and get to chat with people even if it's for 30 seconds. It's so special.
Who were your heroes? Like who did you get to meet when you got into the industry where you're like, "Oh man, I am a contemporary with this person now."
Well, I think Trish Stratus was always going to be someone that a female wrestler says they looked up to, and she now to I mean, gosh, I never thought I would be in the ring with her possibly in the ring next to me. That was never crossed my mind. I never thought that was possible. So now, gosh, 2023, 24, 25, being able to share a locker room with the iconic Trish Stratus is truly amazing. And then, of course, with that is Lita. I was kind of mentored by her in Tough Enough, so that was really amazing. Gail Kim was someone that I looked up to for her fearlessness in wrestling and her ability to really wrestle like a man. There's just so many women. How long do you have? Should we talk about all the women that I love?
It's just so great to see that if you want to call it a division or whatever, just really, I mean, in a lot of instances, it's the best part of the show now, and that's just so good to
It
see.
is. I think the great part about wrestling also is that we evolve with the times. Like, we may look back and be like, oh my gosh, how could we do that? How could we say that? But we look back at Friends and we think the same thing. We
Yeah.
look back at Gilmore Girls and we think the same thing. Like, we evolve and we have the ability as like basically the longest running episodic show in history. We have the ability to do that. We have the ability to course correct or to when the whole world is going right, we go left. We can start something new. We can do all those things because guess what? The next week we can do something totally different if we need to.
It's a buffet. Wrestling's a buffet. That's why it's so much fun. You can get a little bit of everything. I love it.
Gosh, as a female in sports right now, we're at a really, really interesting time. We are seeing the WNBA take off. We are seeing the soccer team just thrive. All the national teams thrive. We are watching women main event WrestleMania. We see a new intercontinental and United States title being revealed. Like, it's just an unbelievable time for women. So I hope that I can do everybody justice, do all the females in this world justice by taking this title to Las Vegas, showing up on the 19th and 20th of April and just proving the world right. This is what we deserved and this is why. I'm really excited for that. And hopefully everyone has their tickets, ticketmaster.com. Also, if you aren't privileged enough to be able to come to WrestleMania and experience that, if you're in Vegas, come and meet us at the Superstore, at WWE World. Like, we're going to be doing so many really cool meet and greets and signings and unveilings, and it's going to be kind of historic. And, John Cena.
And John's just a little paprika on top, just the John Cena
Need
of it
I
all.
say more?
Yes,
John
exactly.
Cena.
Ever since I found out like 24 hours ago, I was going to talk to you. All I'm going around to people is going like, guess who I get to talk to tomorrow? Chelsea Green.
Chelsea
It was thanks to Samantha Irvin. I know, she started that. How often do you hear that from fans and just yelled across the airport?
all the time, and I love it. It never gets old. I thank Samantha for everything that she did for my entrance because it is amazing. And seriously, like, whether you're really good at doing it or really terrible, it like it gives me a feeling and I love it. That's the whole point of wrestling, right? Like the point is to feel something. Feel anything, whether it's good or bad, just feel something, and that's what we get.